What's up, everybody? My name is Ben Beeman, and this is episode 1 of many in a series that breaks down things like stocks, cryptocurrency, and other forms of investments. Now, this is really to give you guys a basic understanding of what to and how to invest your money for beginners. Now, in today's video, we are going to be breaking down the basics of investing in the stock market, and the market is down about 20% this year, which really means it's a critical time to invest because your money can grow a lot more in the future. Now, to give you guys a little bit more of a specific outline for what we're going to be breaking down today, we are going to be talking about what is the stock market, what is a stock, what and where to open your stock trading account, and the forms that are needed to open this account, and what account to actually open because there's so many of these, and ideas for what to actually invest in once you begin investing your money into the stock market. Before you begin actually investing your money in the stock market, you need to understand what a stock actually is. Now, a stock is a tiny piece of ownership in a publicly traded company. Now, an example of this would be if you bought one share of Apple, you would be buying one of the 15.9 billion shares of Apple that are traded on the US stock market. The stock market is basically this giant pool of buyers and sellers who are constantly negotiating what a stock's price should be set at. Now, this is why when you open up your phone and you look on the stock market app during the day, the prices of these stocks are constantly changing. Now, there are many factors that do affect the stock's price at a specific time. An example of this would be for Apple, how many iPhones or iPads they sell in a specific year. Now, this would have a major effect on their revenue, which would really have a major effect on their valuation as a whole. Another factor that will have a major impact on the price of a stock are macroeconomic situations. Now, this is something like inflation that will have a major impact on the market as a whole and will also impact individual stocks. A great way to analyze the average performance of the stock market or a specific sector of the stock market is by looking at a market index. Now, a market index tracks the performance of a specific group of stocks, bonds, or other assets. Now, the three major stock market indexes of the United States are the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ. The Dow Jones tracks the 30 most prominent US stocks, whereas the S&P 500, it tracks the 500 most prominent US stocks, and the NASDAQ Composite, it tracks around 3,700 of the most influential US companies, and it's heavily weighted by technology, so when technology stocks such as Apple fluctuate, the NASDAQ fluctuates a little bit more. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how do you buy a stock? Now, stocks, they must be bought through a broker, and a broker is an agent or a firm, and they basically just find somebody who is selling a stock that you want to buy or somebody to buy a stock that you're trying to sell. Now, there are many good brokerages out there, and this includes things like TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, and Webull, and I will leave links to all three of these in the description, which will make your sign up even easier. Now, in my previous experience, it hasn't taken me more than 30 minutes to open any account that I've opened with a brokerage in the past. Now, after you do open this account, it may take a couple of days for them to verify your account information. However, after this account verification has been completed, you should be able to deposit money in many different forms almost immediately. Now, this includes things like wire transfer, a check deposit, and many other easy and sometimes free ways to deposit your money. Now, this leads me to what account to open. Now, there are many factors that you need to be thinking about, such as age, income, retirement saving, taxes, and many other factors as well. Now, if you're someone young with little to no retirement savings and relatively low income, I would look into a Roth IRA. Now, a Roth IRA, all of your earnings are completely tax-free at age 59 and a half, and you can only deposit about $6,000 per year. Now, as someone who is older with a higher income, I would look more into something like a 401k that your company offers, because you do have to pay capital gains taxes on the earnings that you make in your 401k. However, the contributions that you do make to your 401k are on your pre-tax income, meaning you're not going to pay income tax on the income that you dedicate to this retirement fund. There's also your classic individual account. Now, there's no tax incentives, but there's also no early withdrawal fee or other similar fees that you may see with a retirement account, and this is a lot easier for somebody who's just doing it kind of casually and not looking at the retirement or very long term. Now, if you're struggling with any of this, you really need to sit down with a local investment advisor or someone you trust who is educated in this topic, because it is an important decision that you need to make, and so you need to figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it right. Many of these accounts do require pretty much the same forms, and this includes basic information such as name, address, and date of birth, and also some more sensitive information like social security number or taxpayer ID, and your driver's license or another form of government ID like a passport. Now, brokers require this information because it's required by the US government, and it's something that all brokers do require. Now, at this point, if you are enjoying the video, this is the first episode of many that's going to be on the basic levels of investing, so I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. A lot of the people who do view my videos are not subscribed, and it is completely free and would mean a ton to me. Now, this leads me to what to invest in. Now, there are so many different strategies out there, and it's really what works for you. However, you do want to be taking into consideration how much risk you're taking based off of your age. Now, somebody who is younger, they have more time to recover from a loss in the market, so they can take more risk. However, if you are older, you may want to take a little bit less risk because you have a lot less time till you'll need the money or till you need to retire. Now, currently, my favorite thing to invest in are index funds. An index fund is very similar to what we talked about earlier, which was market indexes, and this meaning that it covers a broad spread of stocks, but it is different from a mutual fund, so I would look into the difference between the two before you pick one or the other. Now, currently, my favorite index fund is VOO. Now, this is offered by Vanguard, and it covers the S&P 500 market index. Now, it's currently down about 20% year to date, and this is why I'm currently putting more money into it, because long term, it looks like a very good investment, and considering I'm only 19 years old, I have a lot of time to recover from a loss if it does continue to dip lower. Now, another reason that I really love index funds is because they are great for beginners. They are very simple, and they have a lot of stocks, meaning that they're generally low risk compared to picking an individual stock, because if one stock does take a loss, then there may be another in that index fund that can recover for that loss. And they're very basic and easy to trade, so it may be something you might want to look into when you're researching other strategies as well. Now, that wraps up today's video on the stock market and how to invest in that. However, if you would like to see more of this series about how to invest in things like real estate and cryptocurrency, please do consider subscribing and turning that notification bell on so that you can tune into some more of my videos in the future. Now, please do comment video ideas of things that you would like to see in the future. I really make this channel geared towards you guys, so I'd love to hear what you would like to see. Now, I hope you guys do have a wonderful rest of your day.